Hi everybody, today is Saturday. Max is off killing grass in people's yards to make it look nice. It's supposed to be really hot this week. I have this upcoming week off, so I plan on getting a lot done on this car. A little update, we started with the first coat in the engine compartment. Starting to look okay. I wish I could get rid of that black line that keeps coming through the screen because I really don't enjoy that. I'm sure you don't either. But today, I am going to start cleaning up this K-member. K-member, for those of you who don't know, that's what your steering rack and pinion on a Mustang goes. Your control arms stick out of here with your spring in this little perch here. Your lower control arm has a ball joint and tie rod end, a hub, a spindle, and then your tire goes on. So that actually bolts up to this area here. So now I've got to get this cleaned up so we can paint it. Like I say, this isn't going to be a showroom paint job for these parts. This is more like Ford oversprayed it when they were painting the car. I want to make it look a little better than that, but not much. So I got to knock this little dust rust off, get the dirt off of it so it'll take paint and not come off later. Then when the parts show up on Monday, and I've got that put together, then we'll have to square that up to the chassis. What I mean by that is there's slots. These holes are slightly bigger. I don't know if you see how much bigger that one is than this one. And these two here are slotted. So that's so that you can square the front tires to the rear tires. So basically you're not, a lot of people call it dog tracking when you drive down the road and the car looks like it's kind of cockeyed going on the road. It's usually because it's dog tracking. It was either in a wreck or something got moved out of alignment. It could be bad bushings. But to square this up, I've got some plumb bobs. For those of you who don't know what a plumb bob is, it's not the plumber. It's one of these devices. And you basically hang them down. And I've got magnets. I'll hang them down for the rear part of the chassis on the lower control arm mount so that I can square the front end to the rear end. So basically this tire, it'll go here, will be the same distance from this tire on both sides and square. So I'll do it triangular. Well, I guess it's more of an X pattern. X pattern, front to back, front to back. And once that's reassembled, I also have the new bushings and control arms for the rear end. I've still got to get under the back of here. I'm still debating on painting it or leaving it natural or putting some kind of undercoating on it. I know this car is not going to see winter driving. I know it may end up in the rain someday, so that's kind of what's making me lean towards undercoating. But I need to figure that out before I can put that rear end because I don't have to paint that. I still have to order the gas tank for it because the gas tank in this car was full of rust. And then we can really start to get on putting this back together so I can roll it up on the trailer. And I'm going to get an estimate on the paint job because this being a 3-stage paint off, you can tell, but it kind of color shifts with light. This is just a base that's on here. It doesn't have any clear on it, but you can see it goes darker to lighter just depending on how the light's hitting it. Well, if you don't have a steady hand and spray evenly, you can get like this. You know, if you can see how there's like a stripe pattern, it's because there's more metal flake in one spot and not another. That's why this is getting a second coat to try to equal that out. But it's from a bomb can. You can really tell here where it goes dark to light. Across this area here, you can see there is that stupid line we got there. There's a light spot and it gets darker and it gets lighter, and you can see how it transitions. It's because it's a tri-stage paint. Now, me not being a professional, I don't want to waste a couple $1,000s in paint to find out that it's going to look like a zebra. However, if it's going to be like 30 grand or something to get it painted, or even more than 7 grand, I'll probably still try to do it myself. But I'd prefer to keep this color because I think it's a really nice color. This thing I'm going to wheel out of here in a second because I don't want all the dust from this thing getting on it. And I'll get started and I'll come back here with you in a little bit. All right, everybody, I just thought I'd bring you back for this. I'm starting to work on this. You can see I'm cleaning up wherever I see rust. But this is what the quality of the factory welds were. It's just terrible. So I'm probably, you know, to keep it original, I probably should leave it like that, but I just don't like that. So I'm gonna probably take a grinder to this stuff, or a deburring tool, and at least somewhat clean those up. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, I'm being kind of critical. Like, this is still welding wire from 1993 that whoever welded that just left, you know. I think the quality in cars is better now, because this is just like, wow, I could have done that in 3rd grade. I probably still could do that today if I wasn't paying attention. All right, everybody, I tried to grind off most of that slag that they left on there from the factory. I don't want to go too crazy because, yeah, it'd take forever. But most of it's gone, little chunks of wire that were laying everywhere. This is what I'm trying to get it accomplished. I'm trying to get any spots I see, any surface rust brought back to metal. I'm not trying to get rid of all the factory primer. But this is the side I've been working on. This is what it did look like. You can see there's rust and stuff in patches. So by the time I come back and show you again, this should be all pretty much cleaned up. And then we're going to use rust reformer as a base. That way any of the little pits that I couldn't get the little chunks of rust, like here, that's going to have little teeny pits that you can't get to. I want to convert that to something that's a protectant more than something that's going to make the paint flake off. But there's a lot of work left to do, and I won't bore you with all of the details. The tools for the job today, I've got these little discs for the die grinder. These have diamond impregnated. I don't know if you can see them glistening. They work all right. Most of the work's being done with these little brown pads. They're like a Scotch Guard knockoff of a brown pad. And a flapper disc on the old side grinder for getting that welding slag off. Because you can see there's still chunks of it I just can't reach. And it'll be fine. It'll be much better than it was from the factory. That doesn't do a tool very well. Oh well. All right. Okay, everybody, we are back. I've gotten this thing. This is the underside of that K member. I don't know why they call it K member. Maybe because it looks more like a C member to me, but hey, what do I know? I've gotten this side all sanded down. I got the other side all sanded down. I put some rust reformer on it. Typically when you paint a car, they put sealer on the bare metal, but because, like I said earlier, if there's a lot of little spots of rust I couldn't get to, like see right in here, I'm going to still have to hit this because I couldn't get anything in there to seal it. So I'm going to convert that rust to a black oxide. This is the underside, so I have to do the upper half. And then when I get all of this painted with rust reformer, then I'm going to shoot it with primer sealer so that I'm not trying to deal with black with that color there. I need it to be more of a gray so that when I put the blue on there, it's, you know, not going to be too dark. All right, everybody, that first coat's pretty much dry now. You can see it turned out pretty decent, I think. Oh, and we got a guest star today. He's back from hustling lawn jobs. Yeah. He's going to help me get this situated so I can do the other side. We're going to leave this side black.
Missed some.
Oh, I did miss some. I'll shoot that real quick. Hard to tell when you're walking around. But yeah, I did miss a spot right there.
In there.
Well, it's thin there. I'd say it's got some on it.
That's true.
Definitely thin there. But we'll shoot that and we'll come back to you in a second. All right, as you see, we have it all in rust reformer, which it's still wet. And once it dries, we'll put a layer of sealer over the top of that so that we can paint it and hopefully somewhat match that color. Which this is got a lot of metal flake in it. So like I said before, as you walk around, it changes color depending on how the light's hitting it. And probably another reason why we will probably get an estimate to have it painted, because I don't want to mess this up. But I'm really on the fence about that.
Well, I mean, you don't know until he gives you a number.
Yeah. But I would still, I'm a person that likes to try to do things. And I would advocate that to anybody, to try. We've successfully done a lot of things because we tried. Things most people wouldn't try because they're scared. I'm just afraid of spending, $2,500 in paint and it turning out to look like crap, because that would not please me very much.
And still having to spend what he wants.
Yeah, and then still having to have it painted again. So I think we've made it easier on him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Easier than the convertible.
Yeah, because we've stripped everything down, so it's an open canvas.
He
You
might
just
have
have to do
to
the
do
body
a
work.
little bit of taping. That's it.
Yeah, because it doesn't need a lot of body work.
No.
There's, dings or whatever that if you catch it in the right light, you might see a little dimple somewhere. But if he goes over this and sands it down, he'll know exactly where there are things that need to be corrected. We still have to get this rear skin off. I'm probably going to order a new rear bumper and a new front bumper, just because it'll be easier for the guy painting. We still have to strip these pieces off. I have new molding pieces for the whole car, because these are flared out from age and sunlight. Get it back on wheels. We'll roll it up onto the trailer, bring it over for an estimate, and yeah, see what it's going to cost. But once it's painted, we can start the reverse of everything we just did. Start putting it back together, and hopefully, I would love it to be done before the end of summer. I just don't know. I'm trying not to rush this, because I like things to be done correctly. I.e. why I spent probably 10 hours sanding on that and getting as much rust off as I could. There's just some spots I couldn't get to. And because I couldn't get to them, that's why I did the rust reformer, because I want to ensure that the rust isn't going to come back. And 9 times out of 10, people wouldn't even go to this step. It's just that thing in me to go that you see it, correct it while you're there. Because if I didn't, and we had this all looking beautiful, and you open up the engine compartment, can see a part of that, and it was showing faded, chipped off, rusty looking, I wouldn't be happy with that. So the next time we come back, either Max is going to do another video on his Avalanche, or we will be installing this in the car. Hopefully it'll be the color of the car by then. In 2 days, the paint's supposed to show up enough to do that part, and we still have to do the rest of this radiator support. And these areas here weren't really painted. They were just overshot when the factory did it. But I think I'm just gonna lightly hit it with some of the blue to bring it back to that look. Yeah, then we can put the fenders back on. Once we get all the new suspension on the front, we can get the rear end in the car, get tires on it, and take it in for an estimate, which I'm just repeating myself now. So we'll probably end this video here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, tell a friend, do all that stuff. You got anything to say, buddy?
Not necessarily.
All right, well, we will see you next week. Like
Yep.
he promised, it's going to be every Wednesday, and he's really fighting hard to do that. So hopefully by next Wednesday, this will be further along. But have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.